this. Make 'em clap to this. Make 'em clap to this.
The song that ushered in the golden era?
The Show by Dougie Fresh. And then 1986, the biggest song is Eric B. for President. Eric B. and Rakim.
I just remember the time when I'm outside and I just hear Eric B. for President, and I'm like, oh my goodness, and that record just took over New York. It just, like, opened up everybody's eyes and mind, and like, what is this? That kind of like ushered in all the artists at that time. That song hit so hard in New York, it didn't even make sense. And it just, it opened up that way, in my opinion.
Dougie Fresh and the Get Fresh crew, we all went to high school together. It was a movement uptown. What Dougie put out there, and Slick Rick, they made great records, phenomenal records. The Show, when The Show came out, we was on the Raising Hell tour. So you had Run DMC, Houdini, LL Cool J, Tom X Social Club, Dougie Fresh, and the record The Show was out. And it was the biggest record on the planet. It was like playing, I don't know, a new Beyonce record. That's all you heard in the streets all over America. Every city we went to, we had sold-out concerts every night. We worked every night on that tour. And Dougie shut that shit down with that one freaking record.
There's no video for The Show that I know of. And Eric B. and Rakim, they never released a video for Eric B. for President. It's just in the street and in the nightclubs. There's nowhere in New York City that you could go that you did not hear these songs. And you did not see the dances associated with those songs. So I use those songs as a reference point, particularly Eric B. for President, because that was the hottest and biggest song of that year. You had an abundance of other songs like South Bronx by BDP. You had the Pee Wee Dance by Joski Love.
Do the James by Super Love C, Casanova, that was big. Rap's New Generation, the Classical 2. You had the Audio 2 with Top Billin'. You had Stetsasonic, Oh Stetsa. You had Ultramagnetic, Ego Trippin'.
So you saw this shift and people started to really showcase their individuality, and everybody kind of like started picking lanes because more artists were coming out.
These songs just like reverberated in hip-hop culture. It just took the culture to another level.
MCs were taking it to the next level, so the dancers had to match that bar of the MC.
Come on, let's move it. Come on.
I think from 88 to 95 was the golden era of dancing in hip-hop. When you had the Big Daddy Kane dancers and the Heavy D dancers, the boys, and you had them dance crews like that, and even MC Lyte had her dancers, and Queen Latifah had hers. It was just in that era, everybody had dancers.
There were two crews. It was Mecca in New York, and there was Straight Ahead in LA. And those two groups really put it down for women dancing.
I got to shout out Rosie Perez. Rosie Perez is singularly responsible for the Mop Top crew, for Heart and Soul, and Straight Ahead. She gets her flowers for that. And Straight Ahead, man, I remember girls at home talking about, you see those girls that dance for BBD? Like, they go so hard and they always in sync and they hit the floor and they be doing, spectacular stuff. Like, we don't dance like that.
Until Big Les came on the scene, it was like, everybody step aside, give that girl the floor. She was my greatest inspiration.
I was learning from Les and Josie, Marilyn, Carolyn, Shane, and Salima, Tish, the funkiest person on the planet.
Letitia Oliver is the freestyle queen. I mean, she's our B-girl. She can hang with all the boys. She's the first person in the circle, not first girl, the first person in the circle, and she will hang with anybody.
Back then, we were crews, you know? It was all about your crew that you were with. And it's so funny because Big Les and I were always a crew, but we weren't called anything. It was Big Les and it was Tish. And Tish was from the West Coast. Tish was one of the baddest dancers to date.
I never knew dancing was gonna take me as far as it did. Fatima and myself and 2 other girls were in a group. We won a dance contest. It was a music video. And the manager from that was the same manager that did Belle Biv DeVoe. And so I was asked to go on tour with them. Started doing stuff with Bobby. It was like a colossal storm. Everybody started working with each other. I did LL Cool J, Heavy D, Madonna, Prince, Michael. You know, all of that was because I finished high school and went on tour with Belle Biv DeVoe.
Tish, don't look into the camera, dang.
7 years later, I'm dancing with all these different people, right? And I was just like, wow, this is crazy.
We were bringing hip-hop along. We were doing it because we loved it and we were part of the evolution.
That's where everything was pure and at its best. You had the rapper, the dancer, and the DJ as one element, rocking the house. And everybody was different. You couldn't sound like anybody else. You couldn't dance like anybody else. Everything had to be pure and raw, so it was the best of the best.
All those videos where dancers kind of elevated the style and finesse of freestyle hip-hop dance and separated ourselves from break dancers or house dancing and whatever. Made ourselves a genre of a dance.
Oh man, it was like a mania. Everybody was dancing. It was so many groups dancing because of the videos.
And it was the Guy video. And they had like a battle.
Oh yeah, baby.
But it was like 2 crews against each other. That Guy video was the first time I saw a group of hip-hop dancers dancing, not popping, not really breaking, none of that. They were just dancing. From that point on, I was like, first, I want to do videos. Second, I want to do hip-hop videos.
Early Salt and Pepper, they always had the dance featured in their videos.
Kid and Play definitely, in their era, when they came out with they dance steps and they kicking in the era.
The first Kid and Play video, Getting Funky. The block party scene.
The ingredients for coming correct. We select on the set beats and rhymes that are both in check.
That's a lot of iconic dances within that video. Shout out Muhammad and Non-Stop. That's Hi-Hat and Swatch. Those females there, which their crew was Non-Stop, they was the one who really synonymous with making the original Kid and Play kickstep dance.
I used to watch the video back and forth, because it was hip-hop. I was hip-hop. You would practice, like, doing the dance move. Like, I'm gonna play the song, I'm gonna do the dance move, and we're gonna see if we could do it. That was part of hip-hop.
I was mad because I wasn't in that video. I saw everybody that I was in the clubs with every night in that video. Henry, Stretch, Peekaboo. I believe Mike Swift was in it, Cliff Love was in it. I'm like, that let me know that I gotta put more work in. And remember, at that time, the videos, we had no internet. Only way you got in the video was by word of mouth. And if you was liked or not. If your network was good, if you was a good person, or if you wasn't, I guess, threatening towards people, they'll let you in. That video, Kid and Play My Way also. Kid and Play My Way was a powerful video. And I'm gonna say another video that a lot of people sleep on. Diana Ross working overtime.
You had, in particular, for me, Heavy D, God bless the dead. Heavy D embraced the dance early, and he basically embodied the mixture of, hip-hop with the dance. In all of his videos, especially his early videos.
For Mr. Big Stuff, he's dancing in that video. I think the boys, they all have on the Coca-Cola rugbies. on, and yeah, that was a great video.
Definitely, Jesus Christ, definitely. That Overweight Lover.
When you saw Heavy D, it was like he was smiling. And he said, sitting in the room with my smoking jacket on.
The fireplace is burning and the girlie is warm.
Yo, the pimping is cold. Like, where this guy come from? And he was just having so much fun. And he had his best friends with him in the world. G-Wiz, Trouble T-Roy, and Eddie F back there DJing.
Another Heavy D song, We Got Our Own Thing. That changed the whole scope. That bridged to me, that bridged the house and hip hop together in a perfect like unison. It was effortless to go to that.
To see him move the way he did and keep up with his dancers, that touched hip hop and gave it a spark as well. To show like even a big man can move and have fun. And Heavy D was a ladies' man, but he showed you he can get down on the dance floor.
He was so intricate and having dance in his videos and him being the smooth dude that he was, and T-Roy, rest in peace, and G-Wiz. They had style. You wanted to be their friend. You just wanted to be down with the boys. You know, they really had their own identity. And I think that was dope. And Hev pushed that, and Hev, I think, gave that first separation for dancers to have their own identity with the boys.
And then when Scoop and Scrap came along, it was like, okay, that's it. This is what I want to do. You know, they had the look, the fly high top fades. Not only that, they had the best rapper with the hottest song that we danced to. So like I said, they were the total package as far as like I say, a pound for pound champion. Like they wasn't just power hitters. They had the look, they had the style, you know, everything.
I'll be honest with you, those were like the first two dope guys that I've ever seen. Like I was like, oh wow, this is crazy.
Those guys, they kept it street, they kept creative, they took stuff to the next level when it came to dancing.
I think definitely Big Daddy Kane, like his lean on me's and ain't no half stepping. When you saw Scrap and them dancing in those videos.
The dancers were bigger than the hip-hop stars back then. Scoop and Scrap was just as famous as Big Daddy Kane was, you know? Kane would come out on stage, Scoop would come out, and you would hear the crowd go crazy for that.
Kane, another one who pushed to the forefront of them having their own identity and even saying their name in raps, you know, Scoop, lover, my brother, Scrap, lover, the other.
I started dancing with Kane in like 1988, 89.
Oh my God. I can remember like it was yesterday. We also made a decision, we're gonna stand out, you know? We're gonna be original, we're gonna continue to burn a hole in the dance floors everywhere we go, and we just wanted to separate ourselves from everybody else. And we did, because we had a look. We had our suits, we had the flat tops.
I cut everybody's hair. So them parts in the eyebrow and all them designs came from me, because I could draw and all that, so it was just dope. You know, we had the little spray called Stiff Stuff back then, you know what I mean? You have for your wind blow, your flat top don't mess up. We just wanted to be fly, and we made our own dances. Like, we kind of like did moves that was good for him too, because King, he wanted to be involved. He was like, nah, I want to do that move. So sometimes we water it down a little bit, but once all three of us got it, it was a go. He loved to get busy and dance, y'all.
I never forget it. So it's like they're dancing, they split on the floor together, and they get up and they grab each other's leg, they hit each other's chest, and they flow. That was like, wow. That was like the effect of Michael Jackson and Motown doing the moonwalk.